It's Sunday night in Florida, and something incredible is about to happen at the iconic Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. The skies are clear, the winds are calm, and on the launch pad stands a towering Falcon 9 rocket, fully fueled, gleaming under the spotlights and ready to carve a path through Earth's atmosphere. SpaceX, Elon Musk's revolutionary aerospace company, is all set for yet another ambitious mission. The countdown has begun, and this launch isn't just routine. It's a testament to how far commercial spaceflight has come. The world watches with anticipation, waiting to witness another giant leap. This isn't just about sending another satellite into orbit. No, this launch carries with it a much deeper story. SpaceX is once again preparing to push the boundaries of what's possible in modern rocketry. Whether it's Starlink satellites to expand global internet, or classified payloads for national defense, or science experiments to support future Mars missions, every launch plays a role in a much larger plan. The specific payload for tonight's mission hasn't been disclosed in full detail yet, but what's clear is that the mission represents another vital piece of SpaceX's growing legacy. The rocket that's preparing to roar into the sky is the trusted Falcon 9. This two-stage, partially reusable launch vehicle has changed the game in the aerospace industry. Standing 70 meters tall, Falcon 9 is known not only for its power and reliability, but also for its reusability, a concept that once seemed like science fiction. Tonight's booster stage is already a veteran, having completed several successful missions. And if everything goes according to plan, it will return again for a pinpoint landing on the floating drone ship stationed in the Atlantic. The launch window opens at 10:33 p.m. Eastern Time, with a backup window set for the following day. Engineers have been monitoring weather patterns closely, and so far, conditions appear ideal. The rocket is currently undergoing final system checks, while SpaceX teams inside Mission Control in Hawthorne, California, and at Cape Canaveral itself, are working through their launch checklist. The goal is simple: a perfect, flawless launch. But as any rocket scientist will tell you, there's no such thing as routine in spaceflight. Every second counts and every variable must be controlled. Cape Canaveral has long been the beating heart of America's space ambitions. From the early days of NASA's Mercury program to the Apollo moon landings, to today's private commercial launches, this small stretch of Florida's Atlantic coast has witnessed the dreams of space pioneers come to life. And now, with SpaceX taking the lead, Cape Canaveral is more alive than ever. The Space Force Station is buzzing with activity, as technicians, engineers, and flight directors prepare for the moment the engines ignite and the rocket lifts off the pad with explosive force. For SpaceX, every launch is more than just a spectacle. It's a step toward a much bigger vision. Elon Musk has been very clear. The goal is to make life multiplanetary. Every successful mission, every reused booster, every dollar saved through innovation brings that dream closer to reality. Musk often talks about building a sustainable colony on Mars. But before that happens, there's a long list of technological challenges that must be overcome here in Earth's orbit. That's why each launch is critical. It's not just cargo going up, it's data, experience, and engineering evolution. Tonight's mission will be live-streamed across SpaceX's platforms, and millions of viewers around the world are expected to tune in. The live feed typically starts about 15 minutes before liftoff, giving the audience a behind-the-scenes view into the final pre-launch procedures. We'll see the rocket standing tall, vapor billowing from the chilled fuel tanks, and hear the voice of the launch director calling out the final go/no-go decisions. For space enthusiasts and curious viewers alike, it's a moment filled with tension and awe. And then, 3, 2, 1, the engines light and the Falcon 9 soars. The first stage will burn for about 2.5 minutes before separating and beginning its journey back to Earth. Then the second stage will ignite, continuing to carry the payload into orbit. Meanwhile, all eyes will be on the first stage booster as it performs a controlled descent, using grid fins and precise thruster burns to guide itself to a pinpoint landing. The drone ship, cheekily named "Just Read the Instructions," will be waiting about 600 kilometers offshore. If successful, this will mark another feather in SpaceX's cap in its quest to make rockets as reusable as commercial airliners. But let's take a moment to appreciate just how far we've come. It wasn't long ago that rockets were used once and then discarded like giant firecrackers. The idea of landing a booster vertically on a tiny floating barge seemed absurd. Many in the aerospace world laughed at Musk when he said it could be done. But here we are. Dozens of successful landings later, reusability is now not only a reality, it's the new industry standard. And every time it works, SpaceX saves millions of dollars and gains more confidence in its technology. There's also a strategic aspect to this launch. SpaceX has become a critical partner to the U.S. government, not only with NASA but also with the Department of Defense. Cape Canaveral Space Force Station isn't just a historic site, it's an active military facility. Tonight's launch may carry a payload that supports national defense, communications, or early warning systems. While the details may be classified, what's certain is that SpaceX is now trusted with missions of national significance, proving its reliability not just to the public, but to the most powerful institutions in the country. Back in mission control, the mood is calm but intense. Engineers monitor hundreds of data points, watching for even the smallest anomalies. Every light, every graph, every signal is scrutinized. The team has rehearsed this moment countless times in simulations. But simulations can only prepare you so much. When you're dealing with millions of pounds of thrust and high-speed trajectory calculations, precision is everything. One small error and the whole mission could be compromised. But if everything goes smoothly, another piece of space history will be written tonight. The excitement is palpable, not just at Cape Canaveral but around the world. On social media, hashtags like #SpaceXLaunch and #Falcon9 are already trending. Schools, science clubs, and amateur astronomers are gathering to watch the launch. It's more than just a rocket, it's inspiration in motion. For young people dreaming of careers in science and engineering, this is the kind of event that lights the spark. It shows that big dreams are possible, that space is no longer just the domain of governments, but of private visionaries who dare to think differently. As the Falcon 9 rocket thunders skyward, the ground beneath Cape Canaveral trembles with raw power. Viewers at home watch in awe, some holding their breath, others cheering as the rocket clears the tower. The cameras follow every second of flight, capturing the glow of the engines as the vehicle ascends through the upper layers of the atmosphere. Behind the scenes, telemetry data is streamed to mission control in real time. From altitude readings to fuel consumption, every detail is carefully logged and analyzed. Around 2.5 minutes into flight, the first stage completes its primary burn and separates cleanly from the second stage. At this point, the rocket has already passed through the densest part of Earth's atmosphere. The second stage ignites its Merlin vacuum engine and continues to accelerate toward orbit, carrying the payload on its precise trajectory. But the real show is just beginning. The first stage begins its descent back toward Earth, targeting a landing on the autonomous drone ship far out at sea. Using onboard GPS, nitrogen thrusters, and aerodynamic grid fins, the booster orients itself perfectly. It performs a series of engine burns to slow down as it re-enters the atmosphere, its titanium fins adjusting in real time to stabilize the descent. Then, just moments before touching down, the rocket fires its engines one last time in a dramatic landing burn. With a loud roar and a gentle bounce, it lands upright, smoke clearing to reveal yet another successful recovery. Applause erupts inside SpaceX's control room. Another booster saved. Another cost reduced. This landing isn't just a gimmick or a publicity stunt, it's a critical part of SpaceX's business model. By recovering and reusing the most expensive part of the rocket, the company is slashing the cost of space access. What once cost hundreds of millions of dollars now can be done for a fraction. And it's this economic revolution that's making weekly launches possible. No other space company on Earth has achieved this level of reusability with such consistency. SpaceX has set a new benchmark, and competitors like Blue Origin and Rocket Lab are still playing catch-up. Meanwhile, the second stage continues to climb, eventually reaching its target orbit. Depending on the payload, it may deploy a group of Starlink satellites or deliver a specialized satellite into geosynchronous orbit. If the mission includes a classified military payload, the webcast will end early to preserve operational secrecy. But even without full visibility, the success of the mission can be inferred from telemetry and post-launch press releases. So far, all systems appear nominal, and mission control confirms stage separation and orbital insertion. As the mission nears completion, let's talk about what this means in the bigger picture. SpaceX isn't just launching rockets for the sake of headlines. Every mission, every landing, every reused booster is another data point in the company's larger journey toward Mars. Elon Musk's long-term vision isn't just about making satellites cheaper. It's about ensuring the survival of humanity. He believes that becoming a multiplanetary species is essential. And Falcon 9 is just the beginning. The real monster is Starship, the next-generation fully reusable rocket that will carry humans to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. While Starship is still undergoing testing in Texas, missions like tonight's Falcon 9 launch serve as technological stepping stones. They prove what's possible, refine existing systems, and build public confidence in the company's capabilities. With NASA's Artemis program moving forward and contracts in place for lunar landings using SpaceX hardware, it's clear that Musk's company is now a cornerstone of global space efforts. What was once a startup punching above its weight has now become the heavyweight champion of commercial. One more mission down. One more dream realized. And as Cape Canaveral's lights dim for the night, the stars above shine just a little brighter. Because we're not just looking at the sky anymore, we're going there.